Hello, everybody, and welcome to our Tuesday afternoon or evening New Economy Chamber Mastermind Group, Masters of the New Economy. I'm Mike Hayes. I want to welcome you, and I've got some really big news. So let me start off with a very, very important announcement and demonstration about the reason why it took me a little longer to deliver the replay of the Tuesday Mastermind Group video, because I've actually made a new mother lode size breakthrough in the speed of creating linked interviews that are LinkedIn optimization YouTube videos. I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. This is really exciting news. These videos are about professionals and their LinkedIn profiles that are designed to get clients for our members of our mastermind groups by optimizing the new, I'll call video-centric LinkedIn profile with a series of multi-purpose YouTube videos. Now, when I say video-centric, it's because, as you know, the new economy has changed everything, and it's opened up exciting new money-making opportunities for professionals of all kinds. So I'm calling these new videos linked interviews. I came up with that name actually even since Tuesday night because I wanted to kind of demonstrate the power of these. So now it has literally taken months and months of work to perfect this new LinkedIn profile promotion system, and really even using all of my broadcast experience. So while I'm going to use this system in multiple ways for the benefit of our mastermind group, I can teach kind of a light version, but I really don't have the time to create the whole course that would be required for a full do-it-yourself program. So right now I'm going to offer a do-it-for-you program, but I want to share the documentary that I produced that's designed to help me help my members turn the new economy into your biggest competitive advantage, because the documentary I'm going to share gives you the opportunity to use the resources of the new economy to augment your growth, everything from your marketing to your client list. So let me get right into this and also understand how I am using this video breakthrough. I'm using it in conjunction with Chrome to play video. So right now I'm going to be using these Chrome tabs to share different videos. So now here's the documentary. I'm going over to this tab, and here's the documentary I want to share with you right now. Hello, everyone. It's Mike Hayes. And if you have an innovative profile on LinkedIn, I want to interview you about it for our never-ending documentary about the new economy. I keep trying to explain to people, even the people that I work with, that the new economy has already completely changed or is in the process of changing everything about our incumbent economy. Oh yeah, the media are also calling it the gig economy, the platform economy, the on-demand economy, the sharing economy, and now the unscaled economy, because trying to keep up with all of the new things and define things today as they become more and more disrupted is becoming harder and harder. For example, this documentary is not the same as the documentaries I directed when I was with NBC TV and Radio News in New York. So for simplicity's sake, I'll just call it a new style economy and call this documentary a new style documentary. So to introduce you to this new style economy, I'm going to read a couple of short paragraphs about this meteoric shift. This comes from a new book just released this month, June 2018. Then I'm going to review some of the documentary evidence that I've been researching and sharing over the past 5 years, because I want you to be able to help me to help create more public awareness about this shift in order to create 10,000 new $100,000 per year incomes for families by 2025. Now, the author of this new book that I'm about to share with you is called Unscaled. His name is Heyman Tanasia. He has 5 degrees from MIT. So let's see what he has to say about this big shift in this new economy. He says, an innovative trend combining technology with economics is unraveling the behemoth industries, including corporations, banks, farms, media conglomerates, energy systems, governments, and schools that have long been dominated in business and society. Size and scale have become a liability. A new generation of upstarts is using artificial intelligence to automate tasks that once required expensive investment and renting. Remember, renting technology platforms to build businesses for hyper-focused markets, enabling them to grow big without the bloat of giant organizations. He goes on to say, the unskilled economy is remaking massive, deeply rooted industries and opening up fantastic possibilities for entrepreneurs, imaginative companies, and resourceful individuals. It can be the model for solving some of the world's greatest problems, including climate change and soaring healthcare costs. But it will also unleash new challenges that today's leaders must address. That's what I'm looking for. Today's leaders, imaginative companies, and resourceful individuals to interview about living and working in the new economy. So if you have an innovative profile on LinkedIn because you're doing something new, you've published a book, or you're doing some events that help people or entrepreneurs solve their everyday problems, I want to interview you for our New Money Media shows. So now, with my interest in interviewing you about living and working in the new economy, I'm going to share with you some documentary information from the neweconomychamber.com guest speaker research. So this information is provided to you as promised to help you prepare for me to better interview you. So let's take a look at some of the research that I've been curating over the last 5 years for you to give you some thoughts and talking points to, for the purpose of our interview with you, because my interviews are simple. Imagine that you were at a trade show and you had your LinkedIn profile behind you, whatever it is that you were promoting about yourself on LinkedIn, and somebody walked up to you, looked at your LinkedIn profile behind you at this trade show and just said to you, that's interesting. What do you do? They just ask you to describe what it is that you are offering to help people to get what they want. It's that simple. Then after that, after you've described who you are and what you have to offer to people to help get you new clients, I ask you, and how are you living and working in this new economy? As long as you talk about that, whatever is your truth and your experience about it, that's what I want to hear from you to help us all together create much more public awareness to help people get their bearings and start earning again. Earning in the new economy is like moving to a new country and having to earn there. Yeah, there's a few changes you have to make, but you're still the same, and so is your business. So let's get started. This article is from Forbes magazine. So if you're concerned about full-time work, Forbes actually says gig work can be safer. Hardly a week goes by without someone lamenting the rise of the so-called gig economy, where freelancers cobble together income from multiple sources. The common complaints are that there's no security in freelance work, that such workers are exploited. The frequent call to action that comes from companies should create more permanent jobs because that would give more workers more security. Such claims, Forbes says, defy logic. This article goes on, job security is an illusion. There is no job security. It's dead. Its rotting corpse got buried long ago in an unmarked grave on the wrong side of town. Bosses now fire so-called permanent workers with the same gay abandon that they toss used Kleenex into the trash. The moment things aren't working out in the business, you're likely going to get fired regardless of your past performance. This is reality, according to Forbes. Diversity of income is security. Few business leaders would ever think it wise to rely solely on one customer. Why does anyone then think it's better for people to rely solely on one employer? In essence, that is what a full-time worker is doing, and that's what full-time work is all about. For most people, a permanent position means that they devote their working hours to just one company. Who wants to depend on a single source of income that could disappear in an instant? Now, you can click here to get more from these articles. I don't need to read them all to you. But Forbes makes some great points. You're at risk when the boss stumbles. Now let's take a look at this from the side of the industry. This is from the Employee Benefits Advisor. It says, the rise of the gig economy is akin to a tsunami that is not far from crashing on the beachfront. The American economy is becoming more dependent on this workforce, the independent workforce, leading to a seismic change and configuration. Here's another article from Forbes about the future of your career depends on lifelong learning. The U.S. government is taking notice, as this article says. Lawmakers propose floating benefits for gig economy workers. And again, you can click on these articles to get right to the full article. And here's one that can really hit home if you're a parent or grandparents. It says the myths and realities of education and preparation for self-employment in the freelance economy. Why our obsession with EdTech and workforce prep concerns parents and public educators. An upcoming webinar titled The Future of Work and What It Means for K-12 Schools has Carolyn Lee concerned about career readiness. Again, click right below there for the link to the full article. Here's one from Entrepreneur Magazine. This is how I manage freelance workers and why it works. Building long-term but flexible relationships assures you the talent you need when you need it at the price you can afford. Here's an article from the Wisconsin Technology Council. Independence is a driving force of the gig economy. Here's an editorial from the Detroit News. Keep out our welcome mat. The internet has made the world a much smaller place, with strangers able to connect instantly through apps, what we call instant collaborations, when they need a ride or a place to work. While they're a growing place, this new sharing economy, the benefits outweigh the negatives. Here's an intriguing article, what it takes to build a company that you can sell for $1 billion according to a guy who did it. Here's an article about getting employment in this new economy. 78% of recruiters view gig economy as friends, not foes. The Financial Times says the gig or sharing economy is expected to grow from $14 billion in 2014 to $335 billion in 2025. There's lots and lots of research here on this documentary research page for you to read so you can contribute to our never-ending documentary. This one says, Walmart expects surge in online sales as its digital strategy ramps up. The world's largest retailer is holding its annual investment community in terms of online and last mile delivery, McMillan said. The gig economy, and the article goes on, but you can read more right there. And this page has lots of articles about what it takes to be a key resource in the new economy and how to promote yourself by building your brand in the new economy. Like Brene Brown talks about, that telling your story and bringing, stories even about personal turmoil can be a key to innovating in the new economy. Hotel chains are experimenting with Airbnb services. All of this research is here for you. I want to be able to use the people that are innovating in the new economy, telling their story on sites like LinkedIn and Facebook and Meetup, etc. We want to hear your voice talk about what you're doing and now that you're doing it in the new economy. We try to cover all aspects of the new economy, and that's one of the reasons that we hold mastermind groups. As this article says, loneliness is the scourge of modern workers, says former U.S. Surgeon General. So I wanted to provide you with this documentary about the documentary research information that we have right here for you to simply read through so you can participate with us in our never-ending documentary story about the new economy. I look forward to interviewing you after you've done a little research, get your talking points together so we can help people understand more about the new economy and where to go to get a consistent flow of information about the new economy, not only to get current, but to stay current in the new economy and learn more about how this can become your number one competitive advantage. So again, now let me show you how to use this new style documentary to get you ready to be interviewed about living and working in the new economy for our never-ending documentary about the new economy, because it's not going to disappear. So I call these As Told to Mike Hayes interviews to spotlight the LinkedIn profiles of thought leaders and masterminds of the new economy. Like I say, the new economy has changed everything. And it's also opened exciting new money-making opportunities for people who are receptive to accept change. For example, the new economy has changed Meetup. So that's why I interview people like Sunil Bhaskaran. He's the leader of our mastermind group that's about both Meetup and is now also for those interested in global business. Or I can interview Omar Briones. about his LinkedIn profile and living and working as an infopreneur in the new economy. Or I can talk about all kinds of different lifestyles by interviewing people like Kim Ryle, principal of Applied Sustainability Group. Or I can interview Melody Chambers, owner and designated broker at House Love Realty. And you're about to learn that Melody Chambers does a lot more in the new economy too. So again, just watch and read this multimedia documentary because I want to interview you about living and working in this new economy. This is a new style documentary. It's interactive, so you can get to the good stuff that's of interest to you immediately, not just listen to a linear documentary, because the new economy is all about digital time. So you could just scan down our multimedia documentary, see what's of interest, read the headlines, read the article summary, and then click at the bottom to get to the full article, any full article that's of interest to you. I'm not expecting you to be an expert about the new economy. All I want to do is help you to understand. If I was interviewing you about doing business in France because you had just moved there, you were doing business, and I said, well, how do you like doing business in France? It would be important to your success to be able to say, well, I love the Eiffel Tower. It's that simple. So please don't overthink this. Don't miss this opportunity. Reach out to me. We can have a simple pre-interview. I can listen to what you have to say about what you're doing, and I am more than happy to guide you to some specific information about your niche in the new economy, because this can become your number one competitive advantage for years to come, but only if you take advantage of it. Thanks for joining me. Reach out to me. You can reach me by email, mike@bigideasexpress.com, or learn more at theneweconomychamber.com. Don't go. I look forward to interviewing you. Thanks. I'm Mike Hayes. Don't go anywhere. I'm not going away. That was a video, and it's part of what I want to show you guys. First, I got to stop that, or that next video start. Let me make sure that's paused.
With Fidelity Wealth Management.
Now I can move to the next one. So this is all about kind of the new forms of media, and things are changing so fast that's why we call it new money media, because media is a key component of making money. So what I want to do now is I want to show you a little bit about how we integrated Zoom into meetups when we had our ribbon cutting ceremony in Oakland. And one of the principals of a company that specializes, one of our partners, in helping people optimize their LinkedIn profile. First, I want to share a little video with you that was live at our ribbon cutting ceremony in Oakland. And then I'm going to share a quick update video with you about how LinkedIn has changed even since then. So this will show you another reason why it's so important to have LinkedIn interviews that are for creating YouTube optimized videos. So take a listen to this. We have Colorado checking in, and I've got to get to Vivica because she is leaving for Portugal tomorrow. So let's wish her a bon voyage and see if we can bring in Vivica von Rosen from Colorado. Vivica, are you there?
Hey, I'm trying to be there.
Hey, you are.
Hey, everyone.
Just transported you in here from Colorado.
Excellent.
And so what we're going to ask you to do, you come from an amazing company who's just dominating LinkedIn with your mastery of it. And so tell us a little bit about how another part of this building your foundation in the new economy works as LinkedIn. Everybody knows about LinkedIn. Everybody's got a profile. Is it really working for you as well as you hope, or do you need a little help? So Vivica, tell us a little bit about what you do with LinkedIn, if you would.
Awesome. Thank you, Mike. Yeah. And I can see you, but you can't see me. So just by raising hands, because I actually can see you, how many people in the room have a LinkedIn profile? Awesome. Keep your hands raised. Are you making money through it that you can track? And all the hands go down, except for like, yes, you in the back. That's the problem, right? We have these great tools, and they're great tools for the new economy, but we don't always know how to use them. And there are really different, there are different ways to use LinkedIn. One of them specifically is your brand. Are you coming across the right way? And, you know, in the new economy, in a way, we can be whatever we want to be. And so we can create the presence that we need to create. If you're starting a new business, if you're transitioning businesses, if you want to grow your business, if you've got, you know, if your business has gone off in another direction, maybe you don't have the time, the money, the resources to invest right at this moment $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 in a website, but you can use LinkedIn to create that strong personal brand. And not only that, but you can create that brand that positions you as an expert in your particular industry. When I started on LinkedIn, I wasn't a LinkedIn expert. Nobody was. Well, maybe Reid Hoffman, because he started the company. But, you know, I wasn't a LinkedIn expert. I just happened to get that handle, and then I spent the next 12 years proving it's true. So it's the same thing for you. As you create your presence, as you develop your business with all of the different tools that you're going to hear about tonight, you want to make sure that that's reflected in LinkedIn. And then similar to that, you know, as we are sitting here, some of you face-to-face, human-to-human, some of us via Zoom, you know, there is no limit to the individuals that you can do business with in the new economy. We've got vendors and strategic partners and potential clients and potential employees and candidates. The world is open to us, and the geography is open to us, with the exception of like the room you're sitting in, you know, obviously stuck in time and place. However, there are co-sharing spaces like WeWork around the world now. Well, there is WeWork around the world now, you know, and so we have this opportunity to find, connect, and engage with individuals using technology like Zoom or using meeting spaces like WeWork. And we're able to find them through LinkedIn. And then finally, to circle back, and because I know I'm running out of time here, finally to circle back, we can actually position ourselves as experts. We can create the content we need to. We can curate the content that we need to, that really, and we can use LinkedIn to share that content. And that can really help people who are coming to our profiles or who we're engaging to get a better sense of who we are using video, which unfortunately you can't see right now. And I did my hair and everything, man. I did this whole rant on LinkedIn. Has this thing called native video now, and I did this huge rant on it's not fair. Women have to do their hair and their makeup, and men can just like put on the ball cap and be good to go, and it's just not fair. But nonetheless, we do have these opportunities through video, through written, you know, through blog posts and publisher to showcase who we are and our expertise. And again, all of this is new, new in the past 10, 15 years, but it's really, if you look at the bigger scheme of things, it's new, and it's this new digital economy, and that's why I wanted to talk to you guys today. So I thank you for your time, and I'm like speaking at 1,000,000 miles a minute because I wanted to get all the information across to you.
Well, thank you so much. Everybody, let me tell you that Viveka volunteered her time here to be here and share her experience and knowledge with you. She's leaving tomorrow for Portugal. So believe me, this was a big favor. We really appreciate your contribution. So we'll let you go. Bon voyage. Wish you well.
Thank you.
We're going to follow up, you know, because that's what digital networking is all about. So like I said, while you're out of the country, having fun, I'll be here working and helping people to get to you and improve their LinkedIn profile. So thanks again, Viveka.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Bye, everyone.
Okay, like I said, the New Economy Chamber is the portal to everything and everybody you are learning. All right, guys. Now, I want to show you how, and we keep saying the new economy has changed everything, and it continues to do it. So whatever experience you've had with LinkedIn or Meetup or Facebook, it's time to kind of wipe the white board clean and start fresh. So let me show you now with an update from Viveka how the interface of LinkedIn has changed and really has made the opportunity to use optimize YouTube videos in your LinkedIn profile, optimize your LinkedIn profile to get new clients. So here's an update now about LinkedIn.
Hey everyone, it's Viveka Von Rosen, and I wanted to show you, yay, the new LinkedIn profile, or rather the new look of the LinkedIn profile. So on the left-hand side, you can see the old profile. So it's a year old now. And on the right-hand side, you can see the newest iteration of the user interface of the LinkedIn profile. So let's take a look at some of the big differences. Now, first of all, your background image. The background image size is still the same, right? So it's still 1584 by 398 pixels. So it'll fit, whatever you have will fit. However, if you've got anything important on the left-hand side, like we've got our little @GoVengresso Twitter handle here, well, guess what? It's now covered by my image. So if you've got anything important over on the left-hand side of your background image, you might want to scoot it on over to the right. So we're going to have to do that. But that's the main change up top. Now, the other change, of course, is over here, everything is centered. And on the new user interface, we've got your name and your professional headline on the left-hand side, so that on the right-hand side you can now see the company, you can now see where they went to school, and you can also see contact info and connections. This is also, if I was in edit mode, I'm actually in my client's profile right now. So if this was actually my profile that I was in that I could edit, this is also where I would edit my contact info. So on the old user interface, you would edit your contact information over here. On the new user interface, you can just click on edit on this side. A couple more things. You'll see the summary section gives you a little bit more content before you click on the see more. So that's super exciting, I think, that we actually get about double the space. So you've got more opportunity to get people on the show, or to get people to click on the show more link, right? Because you can see over here, are you guilty of the LinkedIn deadly mistakes and over here, are you guilty of the 7 deadly LinkedIn mistakes? You're not alone. Download this free ebook. Find out what's wrong and how to fix it. And then there's my bit.ly link. So I might tighten this up a little bit so the bit.ly link even shows in this top digest area. Now, additionally, look, you cannot see my media. You can't see that I've got media over here in the old user interface. But on the new user interface, it not only shows my media, it shows a lot of it. It shows 5 out of my 14 pieces of media. So, I mean, if you've ever heard us talking at Vengresso, we are always saying, turn your LinkedIn profile from a resume into a resource. Well, this, you can see, really makes my profile more of a resource for you. So that's really powerful, the ability to add that media and really make your profile a resource. So that, I think, is also super exciting. Now, again, I'm not in my profile. I'm actually in my client's profile looking at my profile. The dashboard that's over here is still the same on the new user interface. So that's all still the same. You can see the articles and activity are still the same, and you can get to your own articles just by clicking on see all articles. Of course, if I was in my profile, it would take me to where I could actually edit them, etc. And then the experience section in both of these are expanded because, again, I've got the content in there. I've got that media in there. Now this starts to look the same, right? Now everything's pretty much looking the same as the old user interface. So it's really this top section. It's really this intro section that's so different on the new user interface. So just a few things to be aware of. Keep an eye out for a new user interface coming to a desktop, and the mobile still looks the same, by the way, coming to a computer near you.
All right, guys, let me make sure I get this video stopped. There we go. So what I want to do too is to point out that LinkedIn videos can now be watched even if somebody doesn't have a LinkedIn account. So the next thing I'm going to do here is switch over to how to optimize your YouTube videos. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the New Economy Chamber of Commerce, where we accept that the economy has changed everything, including traditional media, TV and radio, social media like LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, Google, and Meetup. The new economy has changed book publishing, print books, ebooks, audiobooks, guidebooks, and more. So savvy entrepreneurs who can get their head around letting go of out-of-date definitions of things that have now been changing every day because of the new economy, can quickly begin to capitalize on the new opportunities faster than ever before. For example, I believe there are far more benefits today to anyone interested in promoting themselves as new authors like me to focus on starting their book as an audiobook chapters, reports, client magnets, book trailers, and more, so you can immediately begin posting on YouTube and start getting Google ranking for any book that you want to produce or promote. Now let me show you why. This is the smarter choice by far, by showing you all the ways you can begin to optimize your book on YouTube instead of just emailing another ebook. Yawn. How to optimize YouTube videos for better Google SEO for your audiobook or any other video that you post online. But let's say you do have an audiobook, it's on Google, it's on YouTube, you want to post it in your LinkedIn profile, you want to post it on Meetups. Well, one of the main things you want to do is make sure that you get the most mileage you possibly can out of any video that you put onto YouTube, because that is owned by Google, the 500-pound gorilla in the room, and you want to get great Google love, Google juice, call it whatever you want, high ranking on Google. That's what we're going to talk about. It's the key steps of how to get high SEO ranking of any video that you post on YouTube. So let's get started. Step number 1 is take action. Don't forget, I produce the show Keys to Success in Action. So the first thing is to make a little calendar note or whatever you need to do to remind yourself. Take a little time in your day or in your week to do some keyword optimization. So that's a little prologue for you to kind of be the person that actually does it instead of knowing you should do it, but you're not doing it. So don't be that person. Be the person that actually takes action. Because you know what the difference between those who are successful and those who are not successful? Successful people do the things it takes to be successful. In the new economy, this is one of the core components. So make sure you always optimize your videos on YouTube. And here's how to do it. Number 1, remind yourself, to subscribe to our New Money Media YouTube channel, because there you're going to find all kinds of ongoing tips and tricks and success stories all about living and working in the new economies. Job 1, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Job 2, I'm going to send you a copy of the graphic you're looking at in this video. Print it out, put it up on the wall to remind you. This is a checklist, so you can just follow right down the checklist step by step. Key point number 1, keywords in the title. Remember, who are we trying to please here with our YouTube content? We want to please Google, because when people search, they're going to Google. Google operates off keywords, so your ranking is based on keywords, and that's what we're going to be talking about a lot throughout this little tutorial. So make sure that you use the keywords that you want people to use to find you in the title of every video that you post on YouTube. These can be your call to action about what you offer to help people get what they want. Don't forget, this is a headline. So when they find you, make sure that they want to take action when they find you. You want them to watch the video, right? So make sure you say something about what's in the video to grab their attention so they want to watch it and learn more. You want them to learn more than what you can say in your headline. You want them to watch the whole video. So take a minute, be provocative, think about it, and really motivate them to watch the video. And don't forget, you can use both your primary but also your secondary keyword phrases. You want to use as many of them as possible, within the limitations of putting them in the title. But keywords in your title is really going to help your keyword ranking. Try not to repeat keywords. Try to use different ones. Don't use the same keywords all the time. Google doesn't like it. It makes you look lazy and really not engaged, kind of on autopilot. Don't do that. And make sure you use up all of the space in the title that Google makes available to you, so you can really pack those keywords right into your title. And don't forget, they're going to watch your video or not watch your video based on what you put in that title. Number 2, keywords in the description of your video. Obviously, you have a lot more room in the description than you do in the title. So the more keywords you can put into the description, the higher your chances of being discovered, A, by searchers, and the higher ranking you're going to get from Google. Now, you don't have to go through this exercise every single time that you post a video. Just take a minute now and create the ultimate description of who you are and what you do. Different paragraphs so you can switch them up, move them around, change them around a little bit, but have that available and save that as a file. That's important so you don't have to replicate the work all the time, because you do want to be able to write long and pertinent description of what you have to offer. And so the more you can think that process through right now, what you want to say one time, and pack that with as many keywords as possible, doing that little exercise right now is going to help every future video you post. And don't forget, you have thousands and thousands of character space here in the description, so you don't have to repeat the primary keywords over and over. But mix it up. Use some secondary words, because you're not sure how people will search to find you. And Google hates people doing things on autopilot. So take a moment to think it through. Make sure that you're giving people the best information about you they can get. Number 3, keywords in the tags for your video. Go there. Now, in the tags, use as many pertinent words about you that you can fit into the space. These are tags. So use the number 1 keywords, your primary keywords, your secondary keywords, your phrases. Pack those right there into the tags. Anything that you think that people will think about and type in when they're searching on Google to find you, put those in the tags. Bam! They type it in. It's a match to a tag. They're going to have a much better chance of finding you. And Google likes you to be able to use quotation marks around your most important multi-word key phrases, the ones that you really want to make sure that Google notices, finds, and that you get higher ranking for. And mix it up. You can have some tags with quotes and some tags that don't have quotes. The best advice I'm getting from experts is use quotation marks, but especially for the phrases that are important to you. Key point number 4, incoming links. Connections with other links are very, very important to Google for ranking, especially for keyword phrases. So you can mix it up. Use a combination of incoming links from articles, blog posts, and podcasts, because the more other people that are watching and commenting and sharing your videos, the better. Google loves that. Social networking is a very big and high-ranking deal. The next component is the time watched. How long are people spend watching your videos? Is it good content? Is it interesting? Is it relevant? People love to get information from people who know what they're talking about. That's the number 1 thing. I don't believe that the number 1 thing is the quality of the video. I think it's that people have to believe you know what you're talking about. And that's why Google ranks it on keywords. That's why videos, even with just 1 slide, can be far more important actually than a high production video from somebody who doesn't know what they're talking about, or the content isn't really relevant. It's just beautiful. Rather, even if you're on a low budget, you can create great content just by knowing what you're talking about and using the right keywords. Number 6. Okay, let's talk about total video views, and another reason to have pertinent information that is of interest to people so they're going to watch them, and you're going to increase the number of total views. So promote your video to any list or networking connections that you have or contacts that you make, and really point out why they should watch your video. Even if it's free, just don't assume people are going to watch it just because it's free. You literally have to sell them on watching your free video. Number 7, total likes and dislikes. Always be thinking about asking people to like your video. Ask them to give you a thumbs up. Show other people who have not yet seen your video that the people who have seen it like it. So always ask for that. That becomes part of your description. Asking people to like the video. If you like this, do me a favor. Subscribe to my channel, click below, and please like the video and share it with your friends. People love to post videos on their Facebook page that makes them look cool. Number 8, total embeds. Ask people that you respect to embed your video into their podcast or into their blog or into an article that they write or on their website. Of course, we always like to do press releases about new audio book releases, and you can embed a video right in a press release. Number 9, total shares. Ask viewers to share your video. You can do that in your description. You can even do it in your video when you're producing it. Direct marketers often use a little postscript saying, please share this video after you watch it with a friend. I like to put my signature at the bottom of the description. That's a great place right after that to put a little postscript and ask people to take an action, help you out a little bit, especially if you think they're friends. Number 10, total playlist that your video is added to. You know how people can create playlists for videos that they like? You can create your own playlist, and you can even say, look, if you will add my video to your playlist, I will add your videos to my playlist. Get creative. Have fun with different ways to create playlists. Number 11, subscribers. This is very important. Ask people to subscribe to your YouTube channel. Make your video channel appealing. You want to encourage visitors so they want to subscribe to it. The next thing is total channel views. Number 12, total channel views. When you do all of the above, you're going to generate more total views for your videos and your channel. 13, flags. Don't get flagged. If for some reason you do get flagged, fight it. Complain about it. Find out why. Let YouTube know it wasn't intentional. 14, comments. Of course, you want to ask for comments. You want your videos to be interactive. The more you ask for comments, these are conversations. You can do comments and you can reply, start a conversation right there online and get your viewers engaged with you. You can even send out emails asking people to comment on your video when they watch it. And put that into your description of please, please, please leave a comment so I get feedback from you because I care what you think of my videos. And number 15, I want to keep this short and sweet, your category choice. Make sure that the category you choose to get your video posted in applies to your particular video. So carefully choose your categories and look for ones that maybe have a little less competition than others. That'll give you a leg up on getting featured in your category. And of course, that can bring a lot of free traffic. If you have not already started your own YouTube channel, get started with your own YouTube channel today. Optimize every video that you post on it and optimize the content with your keywords so Google will love you. Google love can be one big key to success. So take a few minutes right now, practice on one video, go and optimize that video on YouTube. Thanks for joining me. I'm Mike Hayes. Okay, guys, I'm still here, so don't go anywhere. I'm just getting through these shares as quickly as I can because what we want to do is we want to help you to augment your marketing, augment the strength and impact of your LinkedIn profile. Now, here's a LinkedIn profile, okay? This is static, but there's a way to augment a LinkedIn profile with video. So I want to move through these videos fairly quickly, but let's look at an augmented, profile, LinkedIn profile, where you can use video, you can optimize it, and that's exactly what Viveka was talking about. So I want you to be able to meet now Nathan Hirsch. And he's maybe not typical, but he could be a realtor. He could be a financial planner, a State Farm agent. In this case, he actually runs a platform, a resource sharing platform for the new economy. But nonetheless, here's his story about LinkedIn. And I think this will give you a pretty good idea about how LinkedIn has been changed by the new economy, and so is everything else. Okay, we're back now, and this time I've got a very exciting guest, Nathan Hirsch. Nathan, welcome.
Mike, thanks for having me.
Now, Nathan, you're a young-looking guy because we were looking at your LinkedIn profile. But despite that, looks may be deceiving because you have lived and worked in the gig economy for a long time, right, my friend?
Yeah, I started my first business hiring freelancers when I was 20 out of my college dorm room.
So you've built an entire business doing this. Tell me a little bit about that history in brief.
Yeah, I mean, my first Amazon business sold over $20 million using primarily freelancers. And that prompted me to start my own freelance marketplace where we get hundreds of applicants every week. We take the top 1%, let them in, make them available to our customers rapid fire whenever they need them with 24/7 support and a no turnover guarantee on the back end. And we called that business Free Up to really free up your time.
And what we try to do is explain to small businesses of all kinds that they can really become an augmented entrepreneur by augmenting their staff and their ability to, get freelance help affordably, quickly, and kind of instant collaborations, right?
Yeah, I mean, the gig economy is booming. Over the next 10 years, over 50% of the workforce is going to be remote. So if you're not taking advantage of that, your competitors are, and you're really missing out.
So there's two sides of the coin here with Free Up. One, let's say I'm an average realtor and I want to find out more about getting some help. Tell me what I do step by step.
Well, if you go to freeup.com with 3 E's, my calendar is right at the top. You can book a free meeting with me. Love to talk to you about your business and how we can help. But you can also create a free account. There's no sign-up fee, no monthly fee, no minimums, no obligation. And check us out. Put in a request. Meet a freelancer. And me and my team are there to help get you with the right fit.
And if I have a skill set that I think would help small businesses and I want to become recommended by Free Up, how do I apply or how does that come about?
Yeah, right on the website, click apply to be a freelancer, fill out an application. And it's not it's not me. I keep it separately. I have a team that does it, but they'll be in touch with you to schedule an interview.
And you vet the freelancers. So if people hire somebody with Free Up, it should be pretty comfortable. They can be confident they're going to get what's promised.
Yeah, and we vet them not only for skill, but for attitude and communication as well, because we know that it's not just about their skill and their background and their references. We want to make sure they have a great attitude and can communicate properly. And me and my team are there to back it up and make sure you have a good experience.
Great. And that's what we want to do. We want to help people understand how to live and work in the new economy. So if somebody is thinking about, maybe they just got laid off and they're thinking about making the transition and starting to live and work in the new economy, what would you say to somebody?
I mean, the time is now. We live in a pretty amazing time. I mean, if you go back over 20 years ago, this stuff didn't exist. You couldn't run an online business remotely. You couldn't start a business with a few $1,000s. You couldn't freelance and work for clients across the world. So the opportunities are endless. And I encourage you to dive into it either from the hiring side or from the offering services side.
All right. Very good. Well, Nathan Hirsch, owner, founder of Free Up. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Mike.
All right, guys, I want to point out something. Notice that I had a lot of different voices in this webinar, and yet none of them were here with me live. I was using Chrome and various videos up here in the top to introduce the different elements and components. So what I wanted to do is I want to point this out to you, that you can use my system actually to create little mini videos that can be optimized on YouTube. So they don't have to be long like this one. They can be broken up. And then you can share the links to those short ones, or you can bring them all together and do a longer one like this. You can do a course or a report, or turn it into an audio book, an ebook, have it typed up on one of the platforms, and have somebody turn it into text or an actual book. So there's so many different things that you can use in the new economy. I just wanted to kind of point these out to you. And now that we have a way to use Zoom to create instant videos and instant collaborations, and we're going to be bringing in 12 experts over the upcoming 12 months into our mastermind group, one after the next, people like Eben Pagan, people like Frank Kern. And we're going to talk about how we're going to use our mastermind group to kind of vet them ourselves. And, as I say, before you decide to employ any guru, first make sure that it makes sense to employ the strategy, because you may want to work with the strategy, and you may not need to work with the guru. So you can save a lot of time and avoid mistakes. So that's the strength in numbers approach that we have in our mastermind group. And this, I've broken this up. Now usually I'm going to record the entire Tuesday night mastermind group. And in the Tuesday night groups, I concentrate on education, because then we have our interactive meetings where we really talk amongst ourselves, and everybody can, give their opinion on different things. And so you can get different angles, but, you can't make the best use of education in that circumstance. So first you want to have the chance to get the facts, get updated. And that's what we do on Tuesday nights. And then we have the interactive meetings and the mastermind grouping about those later on. So anyway, thanks for joining me on this. And that's why I'm going to be teaching why this is really the mother lode of video optimization for YouTube, for your LinkedIn channel, your Google ranking. It really all comes down into this one big bullseye. So this is it for the moment. I'm going to break up the videos into parts for you so you can get right to the good stuff that makes sense for you. So thanks for joining me tonight, and I look forward to talking to you again soon.